And let's take you back to some live pictures here from that breaking news in Kalamazoo Township there. Right now, Kevin Ferrara is on the phone with us to give us an idea of what he's seeing out there. And it looks like, Kevin, maybe they have been able to knock part of this down.
Brett, that has been the change about in the last 5 minutes. We're not seeing those big flare-ups that you and Emily were seeing earlier in this area. This seems to be the focus right here, the second-story apartment here at Gull Run Apartments. To the front, you got Gull Road, and then on the back side of this very large complex is Sprinkle Road. This Gull Road side is actually part of the original part of the development, and then, you know, they did it in phases back to Sprinkle Road. You can see we got more firefighters that are gearing up. They're taking shifts, going in for just a few minutes and then coming out. So we got more guys gearing up to go in right there, but they're still hitting it, you know, up top there. And then as you and Emily saw, it amazes me to see over in this area here where they're climbing into a second-story balcony and going into there, and just right above their head is where those flames are. Although, you know, over in this area, the roof looks pretty solid, so you can imagine they wouldn't go much over in here because that roof up in this area is completely gone. They've been, as they even hose it, you see shingles just flying away in the wind here.
Kevin, I mean, they've been able to knock this thing down relatively quickly here. Is this the extent of the flames, or are there other apartments that are affected there?
No, well, there's apartments down all the way through to the end of this complex, and I can't even see the end of the complex because since we've been here, the flames and smoke, I can't see the end of it, but I'm guessing it's another 50 yards past here. So we've seen some flames on the roof in this area and here, but this is the focus of it. This is where we saw those flare-ups, and that, you're right, it seems to be, you know, we got just a little bit of flames here that they're still, you know, that you can still see simmering there, but, and actually, as you look inside here, you can still see where they're actually hitting it with the water. Let me get over to you there. That there's still quite a bit of flames inside, although they're not shooting up into the roof. Yeah, you can see them in there.
Kevin, I understand, I'm sure the firefighters obviously are very busy. Have you been able to talk to anyone about any injuries?
No, I have seen only one person so far.
Okay.
Since we've been on scene. We got here about 5:20, 5:25. I've seen one person taken away. I wouldn't say life-threatening.
Sure.
And when she was elderly, so it's probably, you know, she was covered in a blanket, and obviously it actually is a little chilly out here. I didn't think it was when we first got here at 5:20, but now as I've been out here for a while, it is chilly. So she was covered with a blanket, and, you know, she was walking on her own with, you know, they were helping her, but she was able to get in, you know, to the ambulance really on her own. So I've seen one person taken away. They have brought more ambulances in, as well as more fire trucks. Even within the last 5 minutes, I've seen more fire trucks come on scene. And water has been an issue. There is a fire hydrant not too far that they just tapped away from this complex. Actually, it's right here. And, you know, they did, that one wasn't tapped right away. I'm not sure why, but they wanted to make sure they kept this whole kind of staging area back here clear, so we had to park a distance away because water is an issue, and they had to run hoses from distance.
Sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. You saw the one person who left was taken away in ambulance, and you don't believe was hurt severely. But are the rest of the residents just nearby? Are they in cars? Is anybody there to take care of them?
They do have a staging area. I'm not certain where that is yet, but I have heard that they've gone around and asking, are you a resident? Are you a resident? And they're taking people to a location to get warm, you know, if you want to go get warm. Some of them are staying actually on the other side of these trees here because, you know, this is their home. Everything's in there, and they don't want to leave.
Kevin, you're from the area here. Are you familiar with who generally lives in these apartment complexes? I mean, there's some speculation that a lot of them are WMU students. Or is it an older population? Who usually lives there?
I would say it's a good mixture, to be honest with you. My grandma lived here, so you know, elderly lives here, yeah, but I wouldn't say heavily populated with students because we're a distance from the universities, from K College, from Western, and quite a distance from Kalamazoo Valley. But there's a mixture. I'd say that, you know, it's just a wide diversity of working, some students, but elderly too.
And as we continue to watch the pictures here, we're kind of amazed at that, as you were talking about there, Kevin, there was that firefighter who was just on that balcony or that staircase that's in between some of the apartments there. Are they still inside the building?
Yeah, this gentleman just came out right now, and these guys are prepping to relieve the crew that's in there right now. You know, they still have a ladder. And, you know, here's the hose where they're going in. So they actually have a hose in there, 2 hoses actually now in there. That second one was just brought in about 10 minutes ago. So I would say there are at least 3 firefighters in there right now. And they're right below, here's the prime spot right here where they're still just dousing it. They were doing it from a ladder truck. Now they're doing it from the ground. And actually, I don't even know if you can see those lights. That's a ladder truck over on the other side there. That's probably 50 yards away from this prime spot. That's a ladder truck. It's really hard to see. Hard to see. There you go. A little bit better. Where they're still dousing on that end from a ladder truck, and then from the ground on this side in our prime spot there.
So still the smoke very thick as they continue to fight this fire and get this under control. It's under control. They're just trying to put out all those spots, at least under control from what we've seen earlier this morning within the last hour. Yeah,
and there are a lot. I mean, you got to think there are a lot of people impacted. I'm seeing at least 14 apartments per side, and so that would be 28 per story. So multiply that times 2. We got a lot of people who are impacted by this.
Yeah. All right. We'll continue to cover this throughout the morning.